Alright, good morning. Today is the morning of Hyrox Valencia. I'm doing it in about 2 hours. And right now, I'm shitting myself a little bit. I'm absolutely buzzing to be doing it. We went to the venue last night and it was fucking sick. Like everything about it, as you expect, it's so cool. So right now the plan is to just get as much carbs in me as possible, kind of to make sure that my glycogen stores are full and topped off and ready to obviously dip into during the race. Today we're going for anything under an hour and 30. I'll be absolutely buzzing with. So we're going to head to the venue in a bit. This is the view from the balcony. It's a nice day, beautiful day here in Spain.
Was it? Doing it again?
Now, watching this back, I look really chill, and the reason why is because everyone was telling me to not go all out and to conserve energy. Another element of this is the fact that I was looking at my watch. My heart rate would not want to go down at all. It just was not going down. I was so excited, I was so hyped up. I was looking at my watch and I was thinking, shit, my heart rate's so high, like it needs to go down. Then obviously going into the ski erg, I was just aiming to finish it in a good time, but also, you know, don't get puffed out, don't, you know, get absolutely, you know, fatigued because you're literally one station in. Then coming off the back of the second run into the sled push, I actually pushed this in the warm-up and I thought it was absolutely fine. I pushed it in the training and I thought it was absolutely fine. I've read online that, you know, the carpets, the resistance is so high, but I actually thought that these were absolutely fine. So the sled push was not a problem at all really for me. I was, as you can see, looking at my heart rate quite a lot, but do you know what, it can be so artificially inflated on race day. So honestly, what I've learned from this race is to just not look at my heart rate and to just do it completely by feel. Now, some people might disagree with this, but this is just kind of from my own experience. Especially if you're like me and it's your first race, you're going to be so hyped, so excited. It's not an accurate representation of the effort level that you are pushing. Then obviously going into our third run, and I don't have the sled pull or the burpees on camera. Rowing, absolutely fine again. I don't find rowing particularly difficult in any kind of way. I think I did it in about 4 minutes 40. That's absolutely perfectly acceptable time. Yeah, not really much to improve on there. Now, for my sixth run, this is kind of where I started to realise that I can pick up the pace. Like my heart rate's kind of been staying at the same place. I've not had any major spikes, so I can afford to push a bit harder. So I actually ran my sixth split in 4 minutes 49 seconds per kilometre. Quite fast for me, but obviously I was fine because I was 5k deep, 5 stations deep, and it wasn't an issue. So coming off the back of that into the farmer's carry, did that in 2 minutes 43 seconds. I was actually quite worried about this for some reason. During the race you do have access to chalk, which I of course do use, but I'd never used it previously in training, so I kind of was surprised at the effect that that had, and it just made it seem so much easier. But that's another one of my stations that I can easily get some time on. Easily I can take a minute off that, which is good for my overall time. Seventh run, again, this was my quickest run because I had in my head, I was like, right, I'm feeling good. You know, I can afford to push harder. So I ran my seventh split in 4 minutes 36 seconds. So this was kind of where I did pick up the pace. Going into the sandbag lunges, I felt fine. I felt like, okay, I can sustain this. It's fine. I know that sandbag lunges is probably one of my stronger stations. Just because naturally I have a lot of muscle in my legs. I have good leg genetics. So they've never really been something that I've struggled with. So did them in 5 minutes and 14 seconds. And then off the back of that, obviously people probably say this is one of the most difficult runs. It's the last run, you've come off your sandbag lunges, your legs are fatigued from the earlier sleds and kind of the lunges, and I did my 8th split in 5 minutes and 2 seconds, so a little bit slower, but I was probably carrying a little bit of fatigue. Then going into the wall balls now, the wall balls, they were the station that I was dreading the most out of everything. They were terrible, they were brutal, but they were also a lot better than I thought. So I thought it was just going to be awful for me. I was genuinely went into the race expecting that it was probably going to take me about 10 minutes, which is way too long, way too long. My actual time was 8 minutes and 47 seconds. I have a mental block and I did not prioritise these in training at all. I just did not enjoy them, so I just did not train for them. It's completely my own fault. And it's definitely something that I need to fix in the future. My time in the rock zone was 6 minutes and 14 seconds, which for my first race, for my first experience, I don't think that's bad at all, really. I think your first race, you're kind of just getting a feel for how the race is. So yeah, I wasn't mad about that at all. And then I ended up with an overall time of 1 hour and 27 minutes and 47 seconds. Total run time out of that was 41 minutes and 1 second. So I ran my runs at around a 5 minute 6 per kilometre. Going into my next race, I've realised that I can push a little bit harder. I can run a little bit quicker, so I'll probably be aiming around 4:50 to 5 minutes per kilometre, maybe faster if I'm feeling good on the day.